Hey guys, this is Corin Horn of the Imperial Royal Arms Forum. Just want to show off a saber I've been working on for a little while now for one of the members of the forum. This was one of the survivors of the Great Ducos conflict of 2012. When I received it, it was a pretty big mess. Lots of duct tape inside, a fake crystal that was kind of inside of the hole that was drilled here, this giant mass, and it was just hot glued inside. It was a really big mess. So I took it, I gutted it, stripped the paint down, rebuilt the shroud for it, cut a new one. The other one was not too bad, but with that giant hole I had to do something. So I just kind of did everything I could to just rebuild this thing. Started off, was supposed to get a PC 1.5. I decided I just wasn't really happy with that. So I switched it over to a Spark, and it's now running an 18650, 1.5 watt TCSS speaker. And a Cree XML from Industrial Action, which has really nice bright color to it. We've got here a custom kill key that started life as one of Arkin's kill keys, his knurled kill keys, which during the Alliance build went through a bit of a restructuring. And actually afterwards, when I put it in this hilt, it matched the AV switch so nicely that I decided it just kind of belonged here. So it now is part of this hilt. So hope Ed enjoys it as well. Here I've got your aux switch actually hidden underneath of this screw right here, and so it's completely, it doesn't even look like it exists until you press the button, which is kind of nice. It worked out a lot nicer than I was expecting, frankly. So without further ado, I give you Black Magic Resurrection. I created a custom boot for this saber, which is aptly named a Phoenix Screech, which came from a sound file I actually did find online. Did some tweaking and editing to it to make it fit as a boot for this. The first font on this saber is one of Industrial Action's. It is Essence, Episode 1. As I'm sure you can tell from that, this saber is actually very loud. The venting for the sound comes through the grenade section as well as the pommel, which I actually at times had to wrap this thing in a towel while I was working on it because I was testing it and it was so loud I didn't want to wake up my kids. So I'll fire up the first font here. You see you get a nice yellow blade, almost a fiery orangish color. I don't know if it shows up as well on camera, but it's a pretty neat color in person. That's the red and the green of the XML running together. You see here I've got the sequencing going on the AV switch. And I also have a lit crystal pommel in here. We've got two different colors running in there on the other two accent pads of the Spark. You've got your blue and white together for your flash, which gives it a nice blue, almost a silvery color in person. And I'll shut that down. I'll switch over to the second font. This is Ghosts of the Grey by Lord Blako, who did a really nice job on this font. He really, the Igniter version of this is fantastic, which, as you know, any Igniter fonts that he makes will work on the Spark, will work on the Mini. That's one of the nice things about it. With all the files being separate and not pre-mixed, it's so easy to switch them around and mix and match. And it's really nice to work with. I did a lot more playing with it on this build than I have on any in the past, and really it wasn't nearly as difficult as I kind of thought it would be a long time ago going into all this. So here, let's fire it up. So there's your blade swap for this font, and you can hear the font on this has a little bit of a reverb on the hum, which is nice. I gave it a little bit of a flicker, almost a ghostly feel to the blade, I think. Hit the flash. And your lockup. And so like I said, you can tell this thing it's nice and loud. So it even really comes out of here. So I'll shut her down one more time. Give you one last look at that kill key. that again, without Arkin, I would not have had such a nice piece to work with. So I got to thank him for that. And I'm hoping that Ed will enjoy this Saber as much as I enjoyed working on it. And I'll see you guys around the forum.